Hey, today we are going to go through questions from the tests that were very common as far as what was missed, so that hopefully when you want to retake, you have the opportunity to understand what you did wrong. A lot of the mistakes were pretty simple mistakes that I think can be fixed quite easily. So I think just having a better understanding on what it is that it's looking for will help you out. All right, let's get to it. All right, here is the first question, and I'm sure some of you are looking at this saying, yep, I didn't understand how to do this at all. Michael flipped a penny 25 times. It landed on tails 11 times. So this problem's not going to look exactly like what you had, but it's pretty similar. And then, so the first question's saying, what is the theoretical probability of landing on tails? So if I have a coin, theoretically, for it to land on tails is 1 out of 2. Right? Theoretically, that's what should happen. As a percentage, that's 50%. Okay? So a lot of people just switch the theoretical and the experimental part around. Now when I go to the experimental, it says, what's the experimental probability of landing on tails? Well, tails up here happened 11 times, and it was rolled 25 times. Remember, experimental is like in baseball when I'm batting. When I'm shooting free throws in basketball, if I'm a goalie, my save percentage. If I'm a volleyball player, my serving percentage, getting that ball over the net, right? And then my percentage here would be 44%, okay? So then moving on to C, if Michael flipped the penny 100 times based on his results above, so the results above, the 25 times, and the 11 tails. Based on those results, how many times would it land on heads? So if 11 times it landed on tails, right here, right, then we got to take 25 minus 11, which is going to give me 14. So that means 14 times it landed on heads, because that's what we're looking for, out of the 25, and we're going to set this equal to 100. So 25 times 4, which means this is times 4, so that's going to give me 56, okay? And again, here's kind of where students made the mistake, is it asks us how many times, right here, okay? So what I need to do for my answer is write it out as 56 times. 56 over 100 is less than 1. So I'm not going to roll it less than 1 time, so I have to write 56. If I just write 56, you're going to get the point. You do not have to write the word times after it. Okay? Go back and watch this part of the video to help you understand it a little bit better if you're still. All right, the next question says, what is the percent chance that you'll get a 3 or a 4%? This is where a lot of people made the mistake, is they wrote their answer as a fraction, not as a percent. So I have 3, I have 4, that's going to be 2 out of 8, which is 1/4. 1/4 is one of those fractions you should have memorized as a percentage, which is 25%. Okay? If I just switch the numbers around, let's just say 2, 3, or 4, right? So then if I throw that number 2 in there, now I have 3 out of 8, which if I just type in on my calculator 3 divided by 8, that's going to give, and then multiply it by 100, that's going to give me 37.5%. Okay, so that's just another way to work out that problem, to write it as a. All right, here we go. Number 11, good old Mr. Nesbitt's black bag contains 30 marbles. If the probability of reaching in and pulling out a blue marble at random is 1/6, how many blue marbles are in the bag? Okay, so that's what we are looking for. So we know we have 30 total marbles in the bag, right? And 1/6 of those are going to be blue. So how do I go from 6 to 30? Hopefully you said to multiply by 5. So if I multiply the bottom by 5, that means I need to multiply the top by 5, which is going to give me 5. And again, a common mistake was people would write 5 over 30. There are 5/30ths blue marbles in the bag. That's less than 1. Like, I don't know how you have 5/30ths of a marble. So it's actually 5 blue marbles in the bag. Okay? Again, if you don't understand this stuff, go back, like, just rewatch this part of the video. All right, I can already hear it. Some of you are saying, Mr. Hillesheim, this problem is way too difficult for me. Okay? Well, the reality is it's not. All you have to do is find what your common denominator is. Okay? So when I'm looking here, 6, 9, and 3, 18 is going to be my common denominator. So I'm going to have 1/6, and I'm going to put that into my denominator of 18. So we're going to multiply that by the same number, and then I have 1/9. And again, we're going to multiply that by the giant 1. We're going to make that into 18, and that's a terrible 8, my fault. And then 2/3, we're going to put that into a common denominator of 18. So 6 times 3, so that means it's 1 times 3. 9 times 2, 1 times 2. 3 times 6, 2 times 6 is going to give me 12. So now I want to add all of those up. So 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 12 is going to give me 17 over 18. So remember, this full circle has to equal 18 over 18. So I'm taking 18 over 18, and I'm going to subtract my 17 over 18, which leaves me with this piece as 1/18. So when I subtract there, I get the 1/18 for my answer. All right, congratulations, you made it to the end of this video. Again, can't emphasize enough, if there's problems you didn't understand on the test and you want to retake, those problems are going to be on the retake. So go back, watch this video just for the parts that you need refreshers on to make sure that you understand it. Okay? You got this retake.